Hey, Christina, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Stuart?
I am doing great. Hey, so we have gotten together here today to talk about virtual casting and what it feels like to be a talent in this world of doing so many virtual castings versus, the old school of in person. First of all, why don't you just tell us a little bit about you? How long have you been doing this?
Absolutely. So I have been acting for 10 years now. I started back in college, so I started a little later on than everybody else. But I started at UNT when I was getting my bachelor's in theater performance. And then I signed with my agency here in Dallas, Texas back into 2017. And I have been doing this ever since, full time.
Okay, do you recall the first job we did together?
It was either the Bud Light Seltzer print shoot or it was the Baylor Scott and White.
I think
Those-
Baylor was before Bud Light. That was 2018. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was like the beginning of my career.
Yeah, 7 years ago. What in general are the benefits versus drawbacks of virtual casting?
There are so many benefits as far as virtual auditions go. I think that as talent, you're able to submit for multiple auditions within a day, and it could be for different locations. So I'm able to audition for jobs not only here in Texas, but also in Oklahoma, Louisiana, Florida, LA. So that does have its perks. You're also saving money on gas and, just travel costs, things like that. And if you have a full-time job outside of acting, it's a lot more flexible compared to, oh, I have to take the day off just for me to drive all the way to Austin for an audition that was 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
And then come all the way back. And if you bomb it, then you're just thinking about how bad you did during the audition.
Yeah.
Hey Marcus, can you help this fan understand rollback prices?
Can you explain everyday low prices to this fan?
What do you miss about in-person castings?
I really miss being able to see the casting directors in person, seeing how they're doing. There is this sort of energy that you can get in the room compared to when you're doing an audition or callback via a camera or Zoom. If I'm in person and I'm going along through the audition, I can kind of get a feel of what they are thinking versus when I'm doing something virtual, all their screens are turned off. So I have no idea if they're satisfied, if they're not feeling it. And so in person does have its advantages.
So what's your home setup like?
Yeah, so this screen that you see behind me is one of those pop-up collapsible screens that a lot of photographers use as well. It's double-sided, so it's a blue screen and then the other side is a green screen. But a lot of actors use these because they're just really easy and compact, and I can just take it anywhere I go. So if I'm traveling out of town, maybe visiting some family, I just take this and I have a little tea stand that goes with it. And then I also have a ring light as well that I got from Amazon. And that's it. That is my setup.
Approximately how many auditions do you do a week?
On a really good week, I'd say I'd be getting auditions almost every single day. Maybe the most I've gotten in one day was like 3 or 4. So I'd say in a week, 10 auditions.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Christina, and I'm here with the bestie at Family Dollar, where we are looking for some accessories. So get ready with us for a holiday party.
We need more.
Make your holidays.
So
Now, did they all come from your agents?
some come from my agents, and then I do enjoy self-submitting. So it's kind of half and half.
When you do a self-submit, what feeds do you look at for auditions?
So I use Casting Networks or Actors Access. I also use Backstage.com, which is really great for people who are just starting. And then I also use my casting file as well.
How do you find direction when not a lot of direction is given?
Either A, talk to my agent, or email the casting director. I don't want to waste their time. I want to make sure that I'm trying to deliver what they want, or I'll just put it in ChatGPT.
Do you do a couple of different reads for everything?
I do. Some auditions require 2 takes, so I try to give a variety of the takes that they want, but I like to have a variation. That way they can see my range.
Is there any secret sauce to how you keep your name out there?
Besides submitting and making sure my availability is wide open, just following up with people and clients, thanking them for their time. When you're on set, that's a great time to network and talk to people and, just follow up and say, hey, like, just please consider me for the next project. Would love to work with you. Just basically being appreciative for them taking the time to consider you for their project.
Okay, and this is a question. This is a true false question. Vertical or horizontal on the videos?
Horizontal, unless if they state, we want a TikTok styled video, and they will specifically state that. If they don't say that, then it's always going to be horizontal.
Perfect. Good. We love that too. A lot of people give it vertical and we're like, ooh, it makes it hard to show for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Tips for young actors.
Ooh, okay. Make sure you have a good setup. Even if you're traveling and on vacation, be consistent, follow through, make sure that you are confirming your audition tickets. I have heard so many times that there have been talent where they don't confirm the ticket and the casting's like, well, do I know she's gonna submit or not? Read the instructions. For some reason, people for that. And if you have a question, either email your agent or perhaps maybe someone else who got the same audition, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be other people who have the same question.
Right. But read the instructions is always important. Do you try to dress for the role?
Yes. So I actually, where I'm right now, this is my acting office, and I have a prop closet with all of my different outfits that I use. It really does make a difference, not much so for the casting director, but for the clients, because sometimes the clients need a little bit more to imagine you in the role. The casting director may be like, yeah, she's great, she has the talent, but the clients don't know you.
Right.
So you want to try to do your best as far as really playing yourself into the role and being that character. Now, you don't need to go all out, but it does make a difference.
That's good, because sometimes we'll cast people that I know, and I know that they'd be great for the role. And they come in sweatpants with their hair up, just coming from a workout, and the client, it's not us. You're right. The agency, we got multiple people downstream looking at it. Okay, dumb question, but I will ask it. Do you keep track of how many auditions you do versus how many jobs you land?
I actually just keep track of the jobs that I book.
Okay.
I don't necessarily keep track of how many auditions I get. If I wanted to, I could go on to the casting sites and just look at all my requests and things like that, but I just keep track of the jobs that I book.
So you've been doing it 10 years, you're all over the place, you're super successful, you're diligent, you're on it, you treat it like truly a business. I think that's really admirable.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people will see this and learn a lot from the information you're putting down. Anything else you want to add to a young actor's brain?
I just say, don't let that first no let you down. I know when I first started, I got really, really bummed. Now I just submit the audition and just let it go and just forget about it and move on. Not that I don't care. It's like the less pressure I put on myself, the more likely I'm going to get that job, because I think that some clients and casting directors can kind of sense if you're very desperate for a job. And so I think the more just kind of like casual you are about it, but obviously you care about the job, then more likely you're going to book it or make a good impression.
All right, well, I think we got a ton of information here, and this was really fun. But so if people want to find you and people want to see what you do, where could they go?
Yeah, so you can guys follow me on Instagram. My tag is at Cristina with no H, so it's Cristina, the letter L, and then my last name Martinez. And you guys can find me on my Instagram there.
All right, well, on that, I'm going to say thanks for doing this, and I really appreciate it. It was great to see you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Stewart.